there's a truth that you might not know about jazz musicians. Hi, I'm Adam Smale, and I'm a jazz musician. I've been making a living as a performer and a music teacher now for over 4 decades. And I'm just like you. I'm not gifted. Now, this is something that I thought a lot about over the years. Every time someone says,
"You're so talented,"
or
"You're lucky to have a gift like that,"
or
"I wish I were blessed like you,"
or even,
"You're so lucky to be a genius at what you do."
What? Me? And yet, here I am to tell you that is frankly bullcrap. I'm here to tell you that luck and natural talent has very little to do with becoming a talented musician. If you aren't a subscriber yet, consider subscribing to my channel, but only if you want legitimate, helpful information on learning jazz. So, what is talent? The word talent is often defined as having a special aptitude for something. Someone who possesses natural abilities, a kind of talent lottery, like something that happens out of thin air by divine intervention. So, what is it? Is talent something you're born with? Or can it be developed? According to the Merriam-Webster dictionary, it is also defined as possessing a certain amount of intelligence or mental power. Maybe now we're getting a little closer. Speaking from my own experience, I think people are born with natural urges towards certain things from a very young age, and oftentimes that follows through into adulthood if it's cultivated. What if the biggest talent someone could have is being stubborn? To not give up, somehow, perhaps instinctively, knowing that if one were to put in the work, one day they will be good at that thing. Tenacity, stick-to-itiveness, not giving up on whatever the thing is that they want bad enough. Despite setbacks or what might seem to be taking too long right now. Having patience. Maybe that's all we need. Is that where true talent lies? Before I get to my next point, I want to tell you about Jazz Mastery Academy. It's my new website where I'll be hosting the very courses that you'll learn the skills to play jazz. I know it can get frustrating not knowing where to start. It can be confusing and even overwhelming most of the time. So I'm designing my courses to get you to understand only the essentials needed so that you can start playing jazz as quickly as possible. I want to see you really see, I want you to see results, making those important transformations while seeing your talent grow. It will not be the same regurgitated BS about scales and modes I know you hear over and over. Only real solid information from an actual jazz musician with years of experience. Each course will be a clear path laid out logically with proven systems that have worked on myself and my private students over the years. There will even be opportunities to get on one-on-one support from me directly when you enroll. The site isn't quite finished yet, but if you go to jazzmastery.com/interest, get on the waiting list and I'll let you know when the first course is released. So listen, if you're feeling down because you want to learn jazz, but you don't think that you're talented enough, you're thinking about it all wrong. Even if your goal is not to be at a Jedi Master level. I'm living proof of that. I started playing guitar when I was 7. Then I started gigging when I was 12. I basically dedicated my whole life to this thing that I love. But it's never too late. You can always acquire skills to obtain new insights and abilities. I put hours and hours and hours of practice and performing in, and that has brought me to the point where some may consider me to be talented. What about luck? There have been many times where somebody is in awe that I'm a musician. They say, "You're so lucky." And there's some conflict there because I do feel lucky that I'm doing what I love. Not everyone can say that, I guess, I wasn't born into an upper middle class family. We weren't dirt poor, but we weren't very rich either. But I did have 2 supportive parents. I mean, how many parents would let their kid come home at 2 or 3 in the morning from gigs nearly every weekend? I am lucky that I was able to go to college. I eventually earned a master's degree in jazz even. But luck had very little to do with skill development. Developing your skills is 100% within your control. I'm not going to stomp on your beliefs, but skill development is just effort. At least that's what I believe. It's easy to look at a talented musician and label them as gifted. But what you don't see is the time, and in most cases money, that they put into developing their craft. So when you see a musician who you admire for their talent, I encourage you to ground that in admiration in the fact that they didn't give up. They kept going. That was probably their biggest talent. They were dedicated. If you've been wanting to fill a creative void and get better at music or anything for that matter, let me know in the comments. It's always interesting for me to hear from you and what you have to say. You'll find the link to get on the waiting list at jazzmastery.com below. By the way, learning jazz isn't about scales and arpeggios. Jazz has much more depth than that. Check out this video where I talk about the real key elements of jazz and share that jazz is closer to having a conversation. Scales are only a small part of the deep history of jazz.